All right, welcome to the Music of Art, a South Dakota collection. This is part of a series of original songs created by South Dakota musicians, and their songs are inspired by other South Dakotan art. So today's song is The Fire Burns by Aluminum Anemone, and the song was inspired by the artist Brigette J. So let's go with the musicians first. Can you introduce yourselves and give a little bit of your music background?
Sure. I'm Lora Egan, and I played percussion with Aluminum Anemone. And background, I'm a music major at SDSU. Percussion was my specialty. Became a band director, and I play in lots of different area groups, anywhere like a professional concert band to musicals like pit musicals, as well as I play in the Donnybrook Brawlers with my husband Sean, which is a ska punk band.
Great. Sean, anything you want to add?
Well, I'll just introduce myself. My name is Sean Egan. I play guitar and on this project, bass and vocals for Aluminum Anemone for the song that we wrote for this project. And I am not my music is not my day job, but I have been involved in the Sioux Falls and Brookings music scenes for a long time now. Played in numerous local music projects with all kinds of wonderful people. And it's just been a really great thing to be a part of the local music scene, to meet people, to make friends that have similar interests, and just have a good time and make music with.
Great. Now, Brigette, obviously your piece is the subject today. How have you, what's your kind of background, or how did you become an artist, or how do you start the process here?
I went to SDSU. Laura was my college roommate, and art and music, they kind of go together well. And I've always liked art. I never think anything's that interesting. So this project surprised me more than anybody. I was like, what? You want? Okay. I don't have any gigs out there. I just paint because I like it. I like different forms of art. I've tried many different mediums. The reason I started back up again is my husband passed away almost 3 years ago, and I was in a really dark place. And this kind of brought me out of that angry, grief-stricken mode I was in, and I'm just like, back. So light out of darkness type thing, yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. And so now I just kind of want to get into the actual song a little bit. And Sean or Laura, do you want to kind of explain what's behind the song, or how did you choose the piece or choose the artist, or yeah, a million things to choose from. What inspired you about this piece?
Well, that was really hard because we have so many artist friends and there's so many super cool inspirations out there. And I think we were trying to find that piece that really spoke to us. And Brigette happened to send me a text one day and said, look, I'm painting again. And it was this piece. And I was like, that's it. This is the one. Which then I brought to Sean and said, I think I found our piece. What do you think? And he loved it. And Sean created the song.
And then they said, don't paint over it.
We're like, we want you to do this project with us. Don't paint over it.
So, Brigette, what was your reaction when you heard the piece?
I was shocked. I was like, what? Okay, whatever. I didn't even think about it. And then they showed me it today. I'm like, oh, yeah, I did that. That's cool. I love the song. It's just so raw and intense, and it made me cry. But it was just so many emotions. It was just amazing.
Great. So I guess it's kind of an age-old question here for music fans, but did you kind of start lyrically first or music, a little bit of both, or what? How did you kind of take your idea and start creating the piece?
Well, it started with just a riff, a couple of chords that I was playing on the guitar, and you know, we all know how it is as a musician or an artist. You're always just kind of um, you know, playing your instrument all the time, just here and there. And I had these chords, and I kind of had this melody in mind, and that we had already decided on the the piece that we wanted to write the song about. And so that was on my mind as well. And then one day, this is kind of like this a lot with me with songwriting. Um, One day a song just like appears. It just sort of shows up, and the idea showed up, and I went with it. It's funny because I sometimes I sit down and I try to deliberately write a song. I have this idea, and I'm like, okay, I have this subject I want to write about, and I try to write about it, and it usually doesn't turn out very well. But sometimes these songs just flow, and this is one of those that just once I had the idea, once the inspiration came, as I was thinking about the art and this, the story that Bridget mentioned earlier, it also kind of flowed from there. So I guess it started with the music first, and then the lyrics just came after that.
Great. Now, the actual art piece itself, Bridget, I don't know. I'm more on the music side than the visual art, so I really don't know a lot. So how on your piece, do you kind of have a concept when you start, or do you just kind of start and see where it goes, or how did that work?
I wing it every time.
Oh, really? Okay.
I put paint and then I mix it up and I'll turn it and then I'll like wait and then I add more, and nothing is ever organized. My life is organized, but when I do art, it's always like there's a flowing arms. It never makes sense. So.
Well, I like it. I mean, as we watch the video, I can see kind of new things every time, and it's just I find it really interesting. Back to the song, I had a question. The ending, to me, it's a little risky sometimes to kind of repeat a phrase to the end. I think it really works well in this song, and I just kind of wonder what was your thought process there. It kind of repeats, speeds up a little, gives it some energy. Was it any conscious thought in that decision, or?
Not really. I just liked how it sounded.
Okay. Well, sometimes that's just the best choice, isn't it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I really appreciate you sitting down and talking about for a few minutes about your art. Part of the project here is to learn about how our artists create and how they inspire each other. So I really appreciate your time, and I hope all of you watching out there will check out the video that will be in the description. So there'll be a link directly here. So thank you very much.